Narcissist and the Pregnant Pause. Welcome to Story Time with Jess. The stories I'm going to be telling are really inconsequential, silly stories of no significance. But when it is constantly going on day in and day out, and you having these what moments of confusion and it wears you down eventually when it's happening day in and day out. And what the narcissist is doing is training you not to expect anything of them. I will do more videos on that in the future, if I remember. Now, sometimes I might get loud, animated, emotional, laughing. I just want to be able to be me. I'm so sick and tired of narcissists and shutting up about it. I just want to be me. So some people might not like it. I wouldn't have children around because I might let slip with the odd swear word. I try not to. The Narcissist and the Pregnant Pause. Actually, I want to read the meaning of the pregnant pause first. A long pause in speech that indicates a lot of meaning or significance. And that is from, that's my clock. That is from idioms, thefreedictionary.com. When they have said something they know is going to get under your skin, they get a narc, grin, or duper's delight. But during this, they also get a glint of pure pleasure in their eyes. We're usually looking at the mouth because the smile is out of place. And our subconscious, even if you're not thinking of it, your subconscious is telling you, hey, why are they smiling? It doesn't go with what they're saying. So this distracts you, and you're looking at the mouth, but in the meantime, and it's just this little split second, they actually get a sparkle of pure delight in their eyes. And they also give the pregnant pause because they are watching you for your reaction and savoring every minute of your reaction. As where the narcissistic grin lasts for a few seconds, the glint in the eyes is a split second. Oh, crikey, I've just lost track again. What was I saying? To veer off track a little bit here, this happens quite often to me, and it is from the post-traumatic stress. And you hear me laughing. I do take it very light-hearted. When that first happened, when I realized I couldn't remember what I just said or what I was talking about, I felt the panic rise. It's terrible when you're talking to people. I need to do a whole video on that. I hope I remember. I think I will. It's a horrible feeling. Anyway, I recall now what I was talking about. So yeah, I worked from home most of the time, but when you're working from home, it's a 24-hour job. You're never stopping unless you're cleaning house or doing washing or feeding kids. And I was a person that cooked from scratch. I never did TV meals. Every night the children had a meal from scratch, and a lot of mornings they had like porridge and stuff in winter, and summer they had cereals. And I digress again. So yeah, it wasn't as if I was just a housewife. I have nothing wrong with that. A housewife, yeah, the husband should come to a clean home, not a show home. I mean, there's kids. They still must have responsibility in raising the children, read a bedtime story, bath them sometimes, especially on the weekends. Children on their own are a full-time job. But yes, I think a man if a woman is at home with the children. Yes, I also had a job, but still, that was the working from home gave me the time to cook the dinner and have everything ready, but not when he walks in the door. When I was ready to serve dinner, there's give and take. And I really have nothing wrong with a man going to work, a woman being at home, being the housewife. Nothing wrong with it. But when there's children involved, the man has to be involved. And I digress once again. So yes, I worked from home, but even when I worked full time, I still did everything. It was insane. He had me so well trained. Because when we got married, actually he wrapped it up right in the beginning. When we got married, that was, he was like, you're not going to work, and I'm going to open a business because I'm a businessman. Oh, Lord, that's that. You see, I digress too much. I need to stay on track. People, I'm going to tell the story of her husband was an overt narcissist, and I go off that on the way my husband behaved around him. My husband was a covert narcissist, and he loved to gang up with covert narcissists against me. He liked to get overt narcissists ganging up on me. He used to like to rile them up to take it out on me. It took two of them, his brother and him, to finally break me. And that's another very long video. Now, my ex was a slob, a real slob. I mean, his socks, one sock would end up over there, one would be by the door, a shoe in that corner, a shoe in that corner, underpants over there. The washing basket could be right there and he wouldn't put his stuff in. I remember one house we had, I thought, okay, you can have that bathroom. We had 2 bathrooms. He had the ensuite, I decided to use the other bathroom. And I thought, okay, you clean your own bathroom. Oh. And I left it for a while. This was way into the marriage. I was married to him for 38 years. I left it for a while. That bathroom got disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Things like when he shaved, he would never clean the basin afterwards. There would be hair all over the place. I couldn't even have my own comb or brush. Oh, anyway, that's another video, and I'm digressing even more. And I'm revolting. Anyway, so let me carry on. He built a kayak. That is another 10 videos. But he wanted to build this kayak in our living room. Instead, he did it in the garage. Oh my goodness, the mess. Oh my goodness. And I ended up taking a week's leave to clean it up. That's how well trained he had me. Anyway. Now, my covert ex would put me down in front of other people, but very subtly. He never attacked me, he never called me names. He never hit me, because I told him, I think on the night I met him, because I used to tell every guy, lay a hand on me and I'm done. Whenever we went out anywhere, when I went out with men, I had the car keys. I drove, I don't care whose car it was, but I drove and I had the car keys and I drove home. Always. And I advise all you girls to do the same. From the moment you meet them, the moment they ask you out, okay, I'm driving, your car or mine, but I'm driving. Always. Or they can meet you there. But I digress once again, and I hope I finished the story I start. I don't know. I'm going to be all over the place. Okay. So, my COVID ex would put me down in front of other people because he knew I didn't like making a scene. I hate being in company and when people start fighting with each other or putting each other down, or it's horrible. So, I'm not going to make a scene. So, one day we were visiting these friends, and as I say, this girl's husband was an overt narcissist. When he came home, the children had to be in bed and fed and bathed and not a toy in sight. It was like the show home all the time. She used to scuttle around him. She also did home industry. I've been a good girl on taking notes. Anyway, one day we went to visit, and now I've run out of notes. She was in the room and the husband wasn't, and my husband pipes up, "Your home is always so spotless and clean, and you always look so beautiful in dresses." Oh, that's another thing. I very seldom wear a dress. I'm always in jeans or shorts. Well, back in South Africa, in shorts mainly. Always wearing these beautiful dresses. So, of course, she turns around. "Oh, thank you." But before I carry on, one of the funny things about it is she went then on to say what an asshole her husband is, because the house has to be clean and spotless and the children in bed and fed by the time he gets home. So let me start that again. He turned to this woman and said, oh, her husband wasn't in the room, by the way. He turned to this woman and said, "Your house is always so perfect and clean and beautiful. And you always look so pretty in your dresses." And he turned to me with this maniacal grin, the narcissistic grin, the duper's delight, whatever you want to call it. And I looked up into his eyes and I saw the sparkle of sheer delight. It was a split second, and he says, "We live like little piggies, don't we, sweetie? We live like little piggies, don't we, sweetie?" And I'm like a fish out of water. What? Now, as I say, I didn't keep a show home. There's stuff lying around, but my kitchens and my bathrooms, I'm a germaphobe. I mean, this wiping down carts I've done for years, since wipes came out. I think baby wipes were the first things I found when I had babies. I've always wiped down my cart. Wearing a mask, oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Sorry, anyway, I'm going in dangerous territory down that road. Now, where was I? So, yeah. But it's not a show home. The kids' toys were around. I don't dust fanatically. I do hobbies. I'm busy. We live. So, yeah, the place wasn't as spotless as hers. But it was so sterile. Their place was so sterile. My brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law, they had the same thing. Actually, when you walked in their house, it echoed. Anyway, I digress once again. Where was I? Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. This is post-traumatic stress, by the way. And I've just recently, I'm doing another story now. It's going to be a long-ass story. And I've just been triggered the last couple of days, so I'm actually a bit of a wreck. It is so nice knowing when it's coming, to be ready for it, but it still gets you. We cannot be around these people. I thought I was being clever, and I thought I was managing things well, but no, they're gonna get you eventually. They're gonna get you. Oh, and it's horrible, man. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, just to wrap up, I just want to read a couple more of these pregnant pause meanings. Pregnant pause, a long pause in speech that indicates a lot of meaning or significance. A pregnant pause, a pause or silence that is laden with meaning or significance. A pause or silence in which everyone is waiting or listening for something, or a moment of silence that is full of meaning. I hope all is well in your spot on the world. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.